Okay, so the materials I used for this J-card decorating shenanigan are regular plain old card paper, watercolors, Tap paint markers, a pen, a paper cutter thingy, and a messy table. Feel free to follow along with the crafting part or just to watch and listen to me ramble about Kirby characters. Okay. On all levels except for physical, I'm pretty much a Waddle Dee, specifically one of the individual Waddle Dees falling down the hill and the Honey Hill levels of Kirby Star Allies. She's just like me! Just like me for real! And since I have a Waddle Dee for a brain, I've been thinking a lot about Kirby series characters. Example, King Dedede has such a good character arc for a goofy fat penguin from a series that claims to have no major continuity. Like, he goes from the wannabe food-stealing self-proclaimed king to the self-made king who would sacrifice himself for a single Waddle Dee. My Waddle Dee for a brain just appreciates that so much. The weird thing to me is just newer or casual Kirby fans don't talk about what absolute units characters like King Dedede can be. You hear them be amazed about how hard the lore goes, but nothing about how amazing the characters are. Of course it's Kirby, so they're simple in many ways, but they do what they do and they do it great. Then there's Bandana Waddle Dee, or Bandy as I'll be calling him because it's easier and cuter and easier on my slight stutter. Most dedicated Kirby fans say that Bandy is the Waddle Dee from Kirby 64 who got promoted by King Dedede, and it's honestly a great thing to come to a consensus about without Nintendo actually saying anything. Like, Bandy is such a great little guy. I haven't had the chance to actually do a deep dive on him, but, he's almost as friend-shaped as Kirby despite being one of Kirby's rivals. And there's something magical about that. Another character I love here is, you guessed it, Maglor. He's a liar, a little troll, he's power-hungry, he gets used by a sock puppet by an insane crown. He redeems himself. He also invented capitalism in the Kirby universe via time travel, to my understanding? Fact check me on that one, please. I also have a headcanon that I keep forgetting is not canon, that he found Mark sliced in two after the whole Mark's Soul boss fight with Kirby and taped the little clown back together. This kinda segues into a Mark's ramble, but there's not much I can say that hasn't been said a million times without spoiling what I have spoiled for myself of Kirby Air Riders. I love that stupid gumball, I guess. Anyways, we should probably talk about Kirby now, but we won't because I want to talk about Gooey. If Kirby is good vibes, if Dark Matter is bad vibes, then Gooey is simply vibes and vibes alone. When I first saw him in Super Smash Bros. Melee as a trophy, my first thought was, what is that? I don't like it. Thank God my opinion has changed since then. Look at him. He's a vibe, a mood, my infant son. But wow, I have gotten a bit off topic from my original point of this video. And that point is, why are we as a gamer society discussing how insane Kirby lore is without talking about the cast of goobers that make that lore hit so hard? Now this part of the video is going to get into spoilers territory in order for me to make a point, so don't say I didn't warn you. But if Kirby had a cast of, say, edgy anime dudes, would we have cared nearly as much when lore bits like this character drop? It wouldn't have hit in the way it does, because the thing about Void is it looks like Kirby, and also Dark Matter, but Kirby is shaped like a friend, and Void is clearly not friend-shaped, despite them both being orbs and having similar features. I guess what I'm trying to say here is, Kirby's simplicity makes things like Void as epic as it is. I think Gajinkas, aka human versions of non-human characters, are awesome and all, but if Kirby in the base game was some serious anime boy and not some lovable puffball, then characters like Void or even Meta Knight would just be guys with same face fin syndrome or have to be entirely different for the plot to work. I think now's a good time to talk about Kirby, and trust me, I realize it's weird to not mention Meta Knight in depth, but I don't feel like I've given myself enough time to figure him out. Anyways, Kirby! Kirby is shaped like a friend. Our friend. And he doesn't care about what crazy things are happening in his universe, as long as he can save the day with his buddies. To me, Kirby is proof that, well, the world can be scary and jaded, but that doesn't mean those with whimsy in their hearts have to crush their wonder towards life to make a difference. I feel like I should quote this pause menu text from Kirby Star Allies here. Kirby is super proud of you, and he understands that some days things are hard, but he believes in you and knows you'll do great. Just keep trying. You are Kirby's hero. I'm also gonna have a slideshow for the finished J-card and cassette tape at the end of this, but this feels like a really good place to kind of stop things, so just sit back, relax, and watch the rest of the video plus the slideshow, and I'll see you when I want to ramble about something again.